Hello, it's Anna from Prodio, and today I'd like to talk to you about 5 myths of cloud computing and software in the cloud, comparing to traditional on-premise software. Selecting a software for your company is a big thing. So many clients often approach us to talk about advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing, cloud software. They are worried that if they don't have it on their premises, the physical installation, it ain't gonna work. And to be honest, majority of drawbacks are far-fetched. Why? Once you try online software, then you realize that you can't live without it, that you think, wow, how did we do it without it before? So let's talk about it. Let's see what are those myths. First of all, I'd like to tell you that I think that using online software, it's much more secure and your data is protected better than if you use a traditional system. Why? Alright, if you are a big manufacturer, you have a large company with a separate IT department, with encrypted connection, intranet, then yes, I agree with you that cloud won't be as secure as your internal network. But if you are a small manufacturer, the situation is a little bit different. I'd like you now to stop for a moment and answer those questions honestly. Answer it for yourself. When you open your laptop computer, you log in, do you use a password? I don't mean the Windows password, like when you type it in 1234, no, that's not the one. I mean a proper encrypted drive. For example, why is it important? Because if someone breaks into your office, steals your laptop, then they can take out your hard drive, put it into a different device, and your data is in plain sight, is visible to anybody. Anybody can access it. Secondly, when you log into a Wi-Fi network, do you send your passport via encrypted protocol? I mean, for example, the situation you are traveling, you're at the airport, you log into a Wi-Fi network, to the same network, log in other people, loads of people. And if you don't use this encrypted protocol connection, then you have problem because anybody can access your password, people can access your data, and that's not such an easy situation then. Again, it's not secure. Another thing is about how often do you change your password to Wi-Fi network? How often do you do that? And if you use the password saved on your router, there are programs it can be easily broken. So you can break and can breach. So it's not security neither. The last point is about how often is your data backed up. How often do you do it? A few times a day? Where? Is it somewhere in a separate location then? Is your connection encrypted? Because if not, I think that using external server, using online software, it's easier. You don't have to worry about anything. It's cheaper, it's easier. If there is any problem, there's a bunch of people who work on it, they can solve it. They have to make it quickly and effectively. You don't have to worry about it. This is the whole point. And just one more interesting tidbit here. If you're a user of Gmail, of Google, then probably you set up your account there, and you checked when you were agreeing to rules and regulations that you agreed to your data and your email could be accessed by third parties. Because Gmail is a typical SaaS, such as Prodio is. There is one quite important difference with Prodio. Your data cannot be accessed by third parties. One of the biggest worries is accessibility. It's about staying online. It requires you to put a large trust in your internet provider because you might be worried that every time you're not online, you cannot access your data. But to be honest, think of the situation. Now everybody's got a mobile phone, right? You can use your mobile phone, you can change it into a hotspot, you can use a tethering mode, and then you can share the internet with your production hall. Or you say, but what happens that everybody can be online, my employees won't be working properly, tasks will be neglected, it won't be done on time. Let's dispel this myth. Everybody everybody's got their own mobile phone. If they want to use it, if they want to go online, use social media, they're gonna do it anyway. So I don't think it's really valid excuse, and it really works. Another myth is about what happens if we decide to close up the shop, right? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be left with nothing, with no access to my data, and what happens? I think this is more relevant if we talk about the bigger companies, bigger software providers, and when we talk about on-premise software. Because what happens? You purchase a license for a few $100,000, and then you might be left, with nothing. Maybe not when they decide to close down the shop, when the vendor decides to pack up their business. Why? Because they live mainly of them. They make money on implementation, on installation, right? Prodio works differently. That works in favor of Prodio because we are based on subscription. It generates a regular profit, and you never close down the business, which makes your profit regular, predictable, constant. So that's not the case with Prodio for sure. Another point is updating. Regular, automatic updates. Prodio is always updated. You always have the newest version, that newest model. So if you, after that, the best things, the most modern, you should definitely get Prodio. If you compare this with updates on-premise software, each time you need to adjust it, you need to change something, adjust it to your manufacturer, customize it, you have to pay additionally. What's more, you have to get a team of specialists, that company, your provider you purchase your product from, or external IT company, IT technician, to come to your premises and to do this for you, to do it for you. You have to pay additionally for it. On top of it, implementations are less frequent, it takes longer, they are not automatic. Yes, you have to sometimes apply for customization. So I think, again, you see the advantage of cloud computing. It's always updated. You've got the newest version. As simple as it is. The last point is access to your data. You might be afraid that if you don't have physically your data, you don't house it, it's somewhere in the cloud, you are not the owner of it, or you don't have it physically. That could be kind of worry. But if we compare this to the situation with having a traditional on-premise software, then you see you might have it, you might be even end up with a large file of data, but you might not be able to do anything with it. Why? For the company which sells you that software, it's important for them that you stay the longest possible as a customer. So any changes, anything you might need to adjust, you have to pay extra for it, pay additionally. The same if you want to change the environment you're using, the device, to move your data to different environment, it might not be very easy to do as well. With Prodio, it works in total favor. It's a different situation. Every time you decide, I want to have my data, I want to check something, you just click and download Excel file. You have their working time, list of orders, of products, whatever you need, it's just there. You can follow your data at real time. You can follow and you can see how it works. It's just there with you. So to sum it up, we could probably talk more about other common features, about other advantages. We haven't even mentioned the costs, the low cost. That's quite, I think, important, especially nowadays. Implementation costs, which are much lower. Upfront cost, how rapid your implementation is, and of course how user-friendly and easy are all cloud services. But I think it's the best that you try it for yourself, you see the benefits, and I think you're gonna become a promoter of online computing. If you wanna try Prodio, go to www.getprodio.com. There should be a green button. Try it for free. You've got a free trial, and once you try it, I think you're gonna love it. And then you'll be dispelling the myths as I do. Thank you very much for today.